Gregtech. The most infamous yet beloved tech mod. The largest chemistry mod to date. The mod with the scientifically proven best chances to diverge your neurons. Some have taken this mod and made it really fun to play. Some have taken this mod and made it a titanic waste of time, nearly impossible to beat. And there are others who have made this mod realistic, yet others still have also done the same. Just added guns, immediately improving it by at least 2 burgers. And today, I'll be playing and experiencing such a piece of the lattermost mention. But before we can get to that meat and McDonald's fries of such an experience, we have to complete. The Engines of the World is sponsored by many of Factory games, fitted with a dramatic planet landing sequence followed by immediate whiplash by rock collecting and grass uprooting, because tree punching is a thing of the past, and also because mod developers do not like the concept of player time preservation. They do not like the concept of hooking the player in and just expecting them to be hooked in because it's correctly the mod. Who cares? Who cares? It's correct. You already know what correct is. Bitches. That too. Yes. Rubber. Rubbing. At least we're also given access to an advanced piece of easy prospecting technology, allowing me to find behemoth-sized ore veins, customary of Gregorius T, conveniently present within my spawn position. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna stick around here, this area, this general area. I'm not really gonna bother traveling because I've already done that like 2 times already, and it failed. It's XD. Come on. It's best just to play in your spawn area. Just play with the cards you've given, not the cards that you want. You know, that would also be true in real life if it was not 21st century, but it is. So, of course. Give me nausea. I'm just gonna make a house, just a simple house. Yeah, I think, yeah. Perfectly fine. Just have like a simple beach house. Yes. So there should be F7. The mod developers decided to barricade nighttime exploration by sticking your head inside of a black hole when you're more than 9 blocks away from the nearest torch. Bizarrely, however, they forgot to make it feel like the inside of a black hole, as despite the mod pack adding tech guns to the mix, the mod devs also lowered the mob spawn rate into mob farms are functionally a waste of blocks territory. I can't see shit. Have chicken. Ja. As April Fool's ends, I head out to lure some chickens back home, as I would like to move away from eating cannabis-laced beans. In the meantime, I begin setting up my first chunk of building. As you may know, Gregtech multi-block can at times void items if they happen to be built between chunk boundaries. While it could be A, superstition, or B, unnecessary as my base chunks will always be force loaded at all times, I will be making my factory chunk aligned as to avoid any accidents. I like the idea of just expanding from this platform, not really removing this one. I like it. It makes more historical sense. I like Mack. It makes more maximalist as well. I don't like maximalism. I don't know why. I do. In addition to chunk aligning, I will also be sorting my items into somewhat organized chests, as to prevent making the already unnecessarily long Stone Age even longer. Come on! It's sitting here all day, man. I want to work. And after the night passed, I went to work digging a hole in the beach. The first noteworthy veins I will be digging towards is a malachite, aka copper vein, and a magnetite, aka iron vein. Can I smelt this immediately into iron? That is to say that if I had a furnace available to me, but I don't. Use a primitive blast furnace. Or a pit gum, I think. Actually, that might work. Yes, unfortunately I have to get this off. Furnace. Get stuff. Or I could just go export, which is probably the funnier and the easier solution. Let's find the steel. And with that said, do you want to know what I did? If you guessed doing something completely irrelevant to the task at hand, then you would be absolutely correct. It is quite easy to get distracted and do something unbeneficial to the task at hand, especially if you can't read. In this case, we'll be making a campfire instead of a pit kiln. I just figured out that that F11 was my mute button as well. Would you fucking believe that? Right though. Give me some more kindling. Put this tinder here. Okay, he just... Oh. Anyways. Right, I need more skin though. Ah, okay, I see. Then I add logs. And light it up like so. Then we burn for however much I need. Use it for. No, and I... This. No. Anyways, that's that. I'm not gonna bother with that, to be honest. I think that sucks. Like, yeah, cool. It gives me healing and whatever, but you know, who cares? But I could just never die. 60. Now that our course has been corrected, the first thing I will cook with a pit kiln is some clay buckets, as iron is inaccessible for a decent while and farms will need to happen before that. Okay, cool. I will also grind down some gravel for flint to make mostly better than average tools. There we go. Why is it early game so just significantly harder than I expected? There we go. I want to get kiln. Then of course I f***ed up because I'm a dumbass. I needed to put these guys in there. This is not fun. This is just annoying. Not even gonna lie. Both. Okay. Then, since it's like 8 atoms per time, then I might as well a whole bunch. I guess. Why not? And just add the rest. And we cover it all up and we put on fire. Like so. Hopefully this doesn't spread. The may... Rain put it out, didn't it? It did. Great. Stop from being burnt out. What next? Need stones. Stones will be useful for making stone kilns. But before that... Let's explore a little bit. Maybe we can find some steel. In the vain hope. We didn't. But it did give me a solid demonstration as to why you should subscribe if you haven't already. Pitch loads. Flag. Epic frames. Epic light frames. Epic. This is rather bit epic. I haven't mentioned it until now, but there is a not insignificant and quite annoying necessity for drying grass fiber. To alleviate this necessity, I employed a drying rack to turn green fibers brown, and it would do its job fine if God didn't stop crying because of our sins every 3 seconds. By now, our clay buckets are finished, which means it's time to make some farms. First, a word from a sponsor, Lloyd. Have you ever had the issue of minus 5,000 lumens in your face at all times during the night? No? Well, I do have the solution if in case you do, actually. Introducing the torch. With it, and light up the area, and that's it. And prevent mobs from spawning as well. That too. That's less important, you know, shut up. Oh, epic nausea. I started our production of stone things in the meanwhile. Oh yeah. There we go. Oh, no way. That is pretty crazy. There we go. Out of stone. Okay, no, it needs to be that. And this. Yeah. Stone ammo. Would you believe that? I also dug more of my hole. Oh. The timer. I made a slight lapse of judgment. I think so, and I'll show it. It's fine. Lovely investment. Right, close. Should have known. Okay, 14. Really? It can't be diorite for real. Are we dead ass? At last, we have some crops planted near the animals we spawned with. I also moved my kiln position thereafter. I am releasing blocks and shit. I'm in fucking Minecraft. On fire. I do want that, yes. I want this, yes. And can I get the knife? Epic. Yeah. Perfect timing. Before stone kills can happen, I once again get slightly blindsided and proceed to create the stone oven instead. While it will serve as an upgrade to my drying rack, it isn't what I need at the moment. Remote's grating. I mean, I kind of want to just do like, I just want to reach the first machine for this episode. Fortunately, the kills aren't that much more expensive. Is this masonry bricks, stone rod? It's totally the same thing. Ignoring any actuallys. The next step is the primitive smelter. Not that much more expensive than the kilns, but necessary for smelting early game ores. So, why? Yeah, of course. It's mostly just manual labor in the early game. Because realism equates to manual labor. Which look at that. Of course. With that piece of wheat, I moved to make some animal pens. Now I need to lure you guys in as well. And there we go. I will also need a coke oven for, well, coke, and also creosote oil. The primitive smelter as well. So coke oven bricks, what do I need? Clay and sand, that's all? Really? Okay, I know it looks like I'm getting distracted again, but I'm actually digging this hole for cassiterite, and eventually coal. Cassiterite, nice. Cassiterite, I suppose. Bow drill. Must be quite a satisfying sound. Nice. Need 16 of these. 16 of these. Yes. Then, yeah, that's perfect. Okay. Now I just need 4 of you and 1 of you. And something like that. Yeah, there we have it. Okay, so next song. You need charcoal? You can only use charcoal. Yep. Back to that hole for coal. Yeah, just regular stone. Right down. Look at that. We finally reached the Stone Age. Holy shit. It's fucking crazy, man. Oh, and we're merely back to Gabra. Beans. So, we're here, shipped with coal, right? Correct. Whoa, whoa, that's a lot of coal. Holy shit. God, motherfucking damn. How much did I get? 18? Yeah, that should be fine. That should be fine for now. Yeah, so now we have access to cassiterite, we have access to pyrite vein as well, and now will be for iron. This place is actually really good for stuff. Into the furnace. Yes, okay. I should realistically just continue working as is. Just getting more materials, get more ingots, get bronze eventually. I could do that. I probably should do that. But I want to explore.
for the 3 hours that I do have with the remaining XD. Because as soon as we have much more crop farms, the less time we have to wait until we can feed the cows.
And nothing came out of it.
Sky is very beautiful though. Makes it especially nice to look at. No, Gregorius T, don't fall for the inescapable tooltip picking asshole circularity. Don't fall down, don't fall for it. God damn it, this fucking shit.
Did I mention that this pack makes beds inaccessible until EV? So until then, we will have to use the home block to set our spawn point.
Now, I do want to go like over. I want to go over here. I want to see what's over here.
Once again, nothing came out of exploration. I really should stop trying and just play the game normally.
Oh, thunder! Great, fantastic. 4 has been summoned. Isn't that neato? Total darkness. The darkness is just making the 4 experience be quite scary.
After returning to my senses, I go back to the first hole for copper.
Damn. There you are. Holy shit.
I also begin breeding my animals.
Man, now. Do I feel goated? Fuck it. Damn it. God damn it. Regardless.
And now I finally get one of my first metals, copper. And it only took me 4 or so hours. I did immediately throw it back into my dinky little pile of stone bricks with some tin to realistically make some realistic bronze realistically.
This is where the fun begins. This is where the real game begins. True.
Thereafter, I realistically transmogrify my realistic bronze into realistic Gregtech tools for realistic usage.
File, stick, brown and sticky. Stick. There we go. This is awesome. We have now been fully gratified. Brief moment I saw it, but it's like something. This? Yes.
I also conjure soaking pots for somebody you will see in a bit.
2 seconds.
But first, sand.
Oh, look at that. Look at this. We're actually only about 10 days in. Well, 13 days in. Just kind of crazy, I'm not gonna lie. I can title this, I spent 100 days in... It spends 100 days in Supersymmetry mod pack. Here's what happened. I mean, chances are we are gonna spend like probably a good 100 days, at least 100 days until we can get a bed. So it wouldn't be clickbait, would it?
I also go underground for yet more clay for the slightly more special coke oven bricks, grabbing more malachite on the way back.
More cock.
The sand and clay are compressed in the form of bricks and shot into the kilns to be cooked. Yes, that's kilns, plural. I made more of them, as they are cheap at this point. They barely helped.
Now, this is not going to be enough to kickstart what we need, but it's just a start.
Afterwards, I make 2 coke ovens with my freshly baked bricks.
That's it. Okay. Anyways.
By the way, most multi-block machines can be wall shared, which can decrease building cost. It'll be more useful down the line.
Yeah, let's make charcoal. 132. Yeah, 132 of these suckers.
The next step is to make the primitive blast furnace, requiring a more substantial amount of its special fire bricks. These, alongside clay and sand, require flint dust and more notably slack lime dust, which is a water-soaked version of a burnt version of a crushed version of a limestone cobble blocks, which are a version of...
Really?
Before all that, I come to claim the rent that the animals of my lands have refused to pay, and instead use that money for having fun parties and making babies. Such indignified peasants.
just because it's just like a chance to burn it, I guess. Much like the same way, in the same way that...
I also construct the first form of automation for the run, a trip hammer. It is not a hammer that will give you a leisurely time near a river, nor is it one that is particularly acidic. It instead is one that will fall on a conveniently placed stone anvil with perfect timing, such that it will crush the freshly sat down and resting block of my choosing, as if this were a cartoon and I, its villain.
I have seen it, this game has parasites in it with spot bag. Not this game, the spot bag has parasites in it, which is quite funny, not gonna lie. You know the one, you know the parasites, they're they infect your world with billion pieces of mobs and break everything, ruin everything. But the best description I can give for them is just Nazis. Mortared clay. That. Nice. Okay. Back and that. I love I have to do like 5 million years of manual labor. Boom. Awesome. Right round here. Do very nicely. First, Gregorius T decided to make this, or whoever it was, decided to make this 4 tall instead of 3 tall. Ooh, fancy. Makes it fancy.
At last, we have the primitive blast furnace available. With this, we can smelt our magnetite into pig iron, which we couldn't do before. And either smelt it in our stone brick pile into actual iron, or hammer the pig iron into raw iron and throw that into the fire brick pile to become steel. You might be wondering why I'm making steel if I'm yet to enter the Bronze Age. To that end, steel is useful for the upgraded variant of Bronze Age machinery, plus it will remain useful down the line anyway.
But yeah, we're almost there. Yes, we're still not there. We're almost there, but we're not there yet. Because we want to make our first machines. That is firmly into the category of inside the Bronze Age.
So, but now with iron, I improved my kiln to be much better and less annoying to work with.
Is this...
Run into a mildly amusing bug.
Have to use that. Okay. 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 What the f- This... What the... Man, what the f- This is f***ed up, man. This is f***ed up.
Begin making a second pile of fire bricks. And also make a proper bucket to milk some cows.
Nice.
It is high time to mention that there's nutrition in this pack. Generally, it makes it so that eating certain foods awards certain nutrient good stars, and boosts health if you have a certain amount of any one of the 5 nutrients, and grants negative effects if you're below a certain percentage. To that end, to get the dairy labeled good star, all you need to do is drink from your infinite supply of milk as provided by our cow tenants.
Phenomenal. Truly. There we go. Primitive blast furnace. It's easy. This one's one? Yeah, this is one. It's the swag.
With steel summoned, I will want to employ a crafting station to allow me to make regular, clay-based bricks less annoying, as they need water, unlike the other brick blocks, such that the realism quota can be reached. With these bricks, I assemble myself a high-pressure boiler.
Awesome. But we're not done. We need a machine. Been 5 hours. No, I think I'm done. But I guess we can achieve our goal of getting the bronze machine, I suppose. Given that it's like literally a step away. So And for that, I want that. Lovely. And there we go. Steam compressor. I need this one. It needs tin alloy. There we go. High pressure. And with that, we're done. Thank you for watching. Hope you see you next time for episode 2. Yada yada. Like, share, subscribe, suck my nuts, whatever, I don't care. I'm just happy this is done. And yeah. Good game, and farewell.